Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's David here and welcome back to another video. And today I'm sure a lot of you all will be wondering what the hell is this video all about. Oh, but before we do, a quick word from our amazing sponsors Sega and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Join Ichiban Kasuga and Kiryu Kazuma in an amazing, epic, turn-based RPG adventure, over 100 hours of content according to the developers. Pre-order your copy now like I did and you'll get access to the Heroes Booster Pack as well as a special job set, and do it now before it's too late. For more information, visit infinitewealth.sega.com or click the link in my description or my pinned comment to find out more and pre-order your copy of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Here's a little clip from our sponsor.
Welcome to paradise.
Aloha! All right!
I can show you around now, but there's a few things you need to learn before we have a good time. You can have a little fun with some friends. And even pick up a new skill. Whatever you do, be careful. Even paradise can have its secrets.
You trying to tell me there are Yakuza in Hawaii?
Not exactly something you'd find in a guidebook, is it?
Keep your friends close. And your enemies closer.
Name's Dwight.
Nice to meet you.
Take cover!
Today, we're going to talk about a supposed 2024 title by ATLUS, which would be a Persona party game. And that's pretty much all we know about it. And the reason why I'm talking about it today is because the persons or the people that leaked or that told us about this Persona party game are extremely credible. So let's get right into it. But before we do, if you are new to the channel, you would like to have more content, I do weekly RPG content on the channel, ATLUS and other stuff as well, Dragon Quest, Deck of Police, etc. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. Whenever you drop a thumbs up, it's a big help, helps people find my channel. Therefore, it shows your support and I would really do appreciate that. Now let's get right into it. And we're going to start off with showing you guys where the rumors come from. So the first person that I'm aware of who talked about this rumor is a content creator that I like myself. I listen to their podcast, and whenever there's a new episode, I listen to it. And that is a content creator of the name Nate the Hate. Now, if you've been following gaming news in general, I'm sure you've heard the name before. Nate is an industry insider for the most part, and whenever he talks about something, he always makes it clear whether it's a prediction or something that he has heard of. And when it comes to the Persona party game, in a podcast last year, in his show last year, he mentioned that this is something that he heard of himself. And that is the first time that I heard someone talk about this Persona party game. And I remember being like, a Persona party game? What the hell is this? But then again, I do believe Nate knows what he's talking about. Again, with these leaks and everything, plans can always change, right? But then it became a little more interesting because a few months after, he talked on Reset Era with his account Nate Drake. Someone else in the thread said, I heard it was a party game. To what extent? I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt though. I didn't see shit. I was just told. I'm unsure if that's the same thing Nate Drake heard, and he tagged Nate, which Nate the Hate responded to that saying it's exactly the same thing. Some sort of Persona party games is slated for next year. And as you can see here on top of my screenshot, this is a post as of June 9th, 2023 on Reset Era. Very interesting. And then he says characters spanning the entire franchise, which would include Persona 1 and 2, which that to me is very exciting. I don't know if we're talking Mario Party cross Persona or something different, but something of the party genre. So for now, when it comes to what this game actually is, we don't have any details. And let me just say it, we just don't. We have no details about what this game could be, except the fact that it's a party game in a party genre, and it would include characters from all the Persona games. Now, if you don't know who Nate the Hate is, I'm sure you're gonna know who this next person that we're gonna talk about is, because this person is extremely active in the ATLUS community. And on the same day as Nate tweeted this, or at least posted this on Reset Era, they also said something on their Twitter. And of course, I'm talking here about well-known Persona leaker MBKKSSTBHZ5. That rolls up right off the tongue. And then they say, quote, "I hope all Persona fans will enjoy this new style of board game experience next year. I'm sorry I could not share Persona 6 info though. Development is moving well as ATLUS is working to release these projects to everyone, but I will share more if told anything." And that to me is a little strange that they decided to tweet this on the same day as Nate, but then again it's like, okay, they're so credible. If you don't know who they are the persons who leaked both Persona 5 Tactica and Persona 3 Reload before ATLUS leaked it themselves. So, of course, you gotta give them some credibility here. They also leaked the Repaint Your Heart DLC for Persona 5 Tactica, so most people in the community are in agreement that this leaker is reliable. And I do think Nate is also very reliable, especially since he's the first one who came up with this Persona party stuff. Alright, so as I was working on this video, there was some development when it comes to this Persona party game, and I figured it would be extremely important to talk about it because it is directly related to the topic at hand. So as you can see, we're back on Twitter at MBKK, once again the leaker that we talked about earlier, and they just tweeted on January 12th additional information on that party game. So there's a big thread. We'll look at all the comments before we move on to what that party game could actually be. So they're saying the official title for Persona ASA, which is the party game, was Persona Grand Stage. It was in development for PC and mobile devices. And you can see they're talking in past tense, right? Let's keep going. It is a comment I made last summer, quote, retweeting the message that we mentioned before, but it was not Mario Party style party game. It is a different style. It's hard to describe, but it will be its own thing. But I can see some people thinking from the description that it is a simple Mario Party clone. It is a game where development was completed with external support, but it is uncertain if Persona Grand Stage will be released, so it's unsure at this point. Now, when a company works on a game and the game is developed, it's completed, it costs them a ton of money. It's basically pure loss if they cancel the project. So again, everything that we're reading today, take this with a grain of salt. It sounds weird to me, but it is uncertain if Persona Grand Stage will be released. ATLUS is focusing on new ways to expand Persona series with Persona 5X. I am told Persona Grand Stage was a team fight tactics game, which is way more details about that genre that we thought before most people were, as they say, comparing it to a potential Mario Party game. And it was a game where different characters could be tested out, and there were collectible elements such as stages, costume variations, and other elements. But it felt difficult to play and not like Persona, so it was cancelled to focus on prioritizing P5X to global audience. And again, this also sounds weird to me because the team that is working on a potential global launch for P5X, they wouldn't be the same team as the team working on a new game, developing another game, a Persona stage game, right? There is a localization team at these studios, so why would they not be able to work on Persona Grand Stage if the localization team is busy with P5X? It is a very, very strange thing here, so I'm very confused about the new comments that this person made, but I definitely wanted to include them in the video. ATLUS wants to have their own Genshin, and it was a choice between reworking Persona Grand Stage or working on a global effort for P5X, which this is the problem that I have with this whole thread. This does not make much sense to me. The plan is to expand P5X, which will release globally. Good news, we'll probably talk about that in another video at some point. Oh, hopefully they're correct. A closed beta test is planned for Japan, and there will be large-scale marketing. It is not to say that P5X could not release globally if Persona Grand Stage released to. If Persona Grand Stage released to. It is a case where ATLUS and Sega are investing in mobile and wants to release something that will succeed and be easy to play for everyone. DLC for released games is also part of the investment plan. So very interesting stuff here. Now let's speculate on what Persona Grand Stage actually is based on the information that we have. So what is that game? And I can even add more credibility on top of this. If you have not seen my 2 previous videos, I highly recommend you guys check them out. The links will be in the description. The first one is a video where I just discussed my 2024 predictions for ATLUS. But then the week after, a lot of ATLUS devs were interviewed by 4Gamer and Famitsu, and we learned that they confirmed in these interviews, the people working at ATLUS, that there's one unannounced title for 2024. So I made another video talking about what is that unannounced game that ATLUS has in store for us in 2024. And I purposely avoided the Persona party game because I wanted to give it this dedicated video because I don't think a lot of you guys are aware of this rumor. So I certainly think that this Persona party game can be and probably will be the 2024 unannounced game. In my previous video, again, make sure you check that out if you're interested, I did say I don't think they're gonna have this big thing next, right? I mentioned Shin Megami Tensei 5 2 or the sequel, the final version or apocalypse version of SMT5 because it did so well. I'm fully expecting some type of sequel to that game, and I'm not talking SMT6, some direct sequel to 5 where they could expand upon the story and hopefully give us a multi-platform version. That to me is a big project. So I'm thinking if we get something small for SMT, it's probably going to be just an SMT5 port or ports of SMT 1 and 2, DDS 1 and 2, other stuff that I mentioned in that video. Don't want to repeat everything, so make sure you check that out. But certainly, a Persona party game fits that smaller type of game. You don't want to put a huge project in between. Metaphor, ReFantazio, first new IP in over a decade that looks insane by ATLUS and Studio Zero. Persona 3 Reload, most highly requested remake for ATLUS fans for years at this point. And of course Unicorn Overlord, which is a brand new Vanillaware game that a lot of people are looking forward to as well. So I'm thinking there's no more room for something big for ATLUS. So a Persona party game makes absolute sense. You put it in summer, like 3 months or 4 months after Unicorn Overlord drops, and that makes a lot of sense. This is where the release would be placed, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to what this game is, I do want to have some fun and speculate on something and put an idea out there. Some of y'all potentially recognize what I put on my thumbnail for today's video, and that is a little game called Dokapon Kingdom, a game that I played back on the day on the Nintendo Wii. That's right, a Wii game. And what's interesting, if you're looking at the box art here, yeah, there is an ATLUS logo on that box. ATLUS did not develop Dokapon Kingdom, they published it on the Wii. And what's interesting, if you look at the top left corner of the back of the box, the friendship destroying game is what they call that game. So again, this game, if you are not aware of what it is, which I'm sure you aren't, it's a pretty rare game on Wii, didn't sell very well. It's pretty much Mario Party if it were a multiplayer turn-based RPG. And whenever someone brings up Persona party game, that's what I'm hoping for. Something along the lines of a Dokapon Kingdom would be awesome. Hopefully there's some type of online play, because I would be down to destroy you guys in a stream or something, to play with y'all or get destroyed by you guys on stream. That would be really awesome. Get a few people together on Discord and have some fun. I think that would be really cool. I really hope it's online, because I don't do local play too often. Well, hopefully there's both options, right? But I think that would be really awesome. And yeah, Dokapon Kingdom is what I'm hoping this Persona party game will be. Another hope, if I should say that, is I'm really hoping that they really do give us Persona characters from all the games, right? Nate the Hate, I don't think, is a big Persona fan necessarily, so when he says there's going to be characters from throughout all the series, I would not take this as confirmation that they're going back to Persona 1 and 2, right? It could just be Persona 3 to 5, including the spin-offs and everything. I'm really hoping they go back to 1 and 2. They did it for the Persona 25th, which is very solid acknowledgement of Persona 1 and 2. So I'm thinking we're going to get a Persona party game, and we're going to see our beloved characters from Persona 1 and 2 back in action here, and that is going to be awesome. So let me know what you guys think about this Persona party game. Have you played Dokapon Kingdom? Are you excited for this reveal of a Persona party game? And when do you think they're going to reveal that project, if it is indeed coming out in 2023? Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great day.